If you've ever gotten fully dressed, checked the mirror, and felt like something was quietly off even though nothing was technically wrong, you are not imagining it, and it is not your age doing that to you. Here on this channel, we believe the biggest myth about aging in style is that it comes down to gray hair, fine lines, or a modest budget, when in truth it almost never does. What actually adds years to a woman's reflection is a handful of ordinary, everyday choices she has been making for so long she has stopped questioning them. Small habits hiding in plain sight in nearly every closet, including yours. Today we are walking through 10 of the most common ones, the pieces and habits that quietly work against the elegant, polished woman you already are, and more importantly, exactly what to replace them with, so every outfit finally feels as intentional as you are. None of this requires a new wardrobe or a bigger budget, just a few small shifts in the right direction, and I promise you, once you see these, you will never get dressed the same way again. Stick around, because number 4 is the one almost nobody talks about, a mistake so common that most women do it every single day without knowing it is quietly working against them, and once you see it, you will notice it everywhere. Before we get into number 1, if you want more honest, practical style guidance made specifically for women who refuse to fade into the background, hit subscribe now, because this is exactly the kind of video we build for you every week. Now, grab your coffee and let's dive in. The first habit on our list that quietly steals your elegance is reaching for busy, overprinted blouses without realizing how much power they actually hold. Think about it. A blouse sits closer to your face than almost anything else you wear, which means it is one of the very first things people notice about you, even before your smile or your jewelry get a chance to shine. Large florals, loud swirls, glitter details, and clashing prints might look pretty on the hanger, but once you put them on, they start doing all the talking, and not in the way you want. Instead of framing your face, a busy print competes with it, pulling attention away from your features and making even a beautifully put-together woman look like she tried hard but forgot to edit. Here is the part that changes everything. Elegance after 50 is rarely about adding more. It is almost always about knowing what to remove. A calmer blouse, a soft ivory, a clean stripe, a subtle neutral with breathing room, does something remarkable. It lets your skin glow, your jewelry shine, and your hair and makeup finally get noticed instead of fighting for space. We believe true style should highlight you, not compete with you, and that single shift alone can make an entire outfit feel instantly more refined and expensive. If you love prints, you do not have to give them up completely. Just choose fewer colors, larger scale patterns, and calmer contrast so one detail feels interesting instead of 10 details shouting at once. But before you go to swap out your blouses, there is a second mistake sitting even lower down, one hiding in nearly every closet, and it might be the one aging your outfits the most. The next piece on our list that can quietly age an otherwise polished outfit is overly distressed or faded denim, and I understand why so many women reach for it without a second thought, because light wash jeans feel easy, relaxed, and familiar, the kind of thing you pull on for a coffee run or a casual afternoon without overthinking it. But here is what nobody tells you. The problem was never denim itself. The problem is denim that reads as too washed out, too thin, too faded in strange places, or too distressed to feel intentional on the woman wearing it. When the wash is very pale, it pulls the eye straight down to the lower half of your body, and if the fit is loose at the knee or tight through the thigh, the whole outfit can start to look unfinished before you even add a top. Pair that with a busy blouse or a worn sneaker, and suddenly an outfit that should feel effortless starts to feel careless instead, and that gap between effortless and careless is exactly where so many women lose their polish without realizing it. The fix is simpler than you think. A darker, cleaner wash in a straight leg cut gives your body a longer, more defined line instantly, and it pairs beautifully with almost anything. A silk blouse, a crisp white shirt, a soft blazer, even a simple flat. You are not being asked to give up denim, you are simply being asked to make it look chosen rather than accidental, and once the wash is darker and the shape is cleaner, the styling around it almost takes care of itself. I have seen this one swap alone completely change how an outfit reads, taking it from thrown together to deliberately put together in a matter of seconds, and that is the kind of small shift that makes the biggest visual difference. The goal here is never to look stiff or overly formal. It is to look like a woman who made a choice, because that quiet sense of intention is what separates elegant from merely comfortable every single time. Once your jeans are working for you instead of against you, there is one more piece waiting at the very bottom of the outfit that most women completely overlook, and it might be doing more damage than anything you are wearing above it. Sitting quietly at number 3 is a mistake most women never think twice about: bulky, heavy-looking shoes, and it might be the fastest way to undo an otherwise beautiful outfit without you ever realizing it is happening. Shoes are usually the last thing you think about when getting dressed, and comfort naturally becomes the priority, which makes complete sense. Aching feet can ruin an entire day, and healthy feet truly matter. But here is the part that catches so many women off guard. There is a real difference between comfortable and heavy, and oversized walking shoes, thick rubber soles, bulky sandals, or chunky orthopedic-looking sneakers can quietly add visual weight to your entire silhouette. Instead of creating a light, balanced look from head to toe, they anchor the eye downward and make everything above them, your jacket, your trousers, your beautifully chosen top, suddenly appear heavier than it actually is. Picture this: you have a tailored blazer on, well-fitting trousers, your hair and makeup are done, everything says polished, but your shoes say purely functional, and that disconnect is exactly what pulls the whole outfit apart before anyone even notices what you did right. Now imagine swapping that same pair for a streamlined leather sneaker, a soft ballet flat with real cushioning, or a sleek ankle boot with a low block heel. Nothing dramatic changes, yet the entire outfit suddenly feels finished, intentional, complete. You do not have to choose between comfort and elegance. That trade-off simply is not true anymore. The most stylish women over 50 are not wearing uncomfortable shoes. They are choosing comfortable shoes with cleaner lines and better proportions. I know how tempting it is to reach for the shoe that asks the least of you, but the next time you are getting ready, ask yourself one extra question beyond just comfort. Does this make my outfit look lighter or heavier? Because that one question alone can completely change how put together you feel walking out the door. We believe your shoes should support your lifestyle without ever apologizing for it, and once you make this shift, you will feel the difference before anyone even compliments it. But before you go rethink your shoe rack, there is a mistake happening much higher up, right around your neck, one that most women choose thinking it is the safest option of all. Number 4 is the one I promised you at the very beginning, the mistake almost nobody talks about, and it is happening right around your neck. So many women instinctively reach for higher necklines as they get older, buttoning every button, choosing crew necks that sit tight against the throat, all in the hope of covering the neck or chest area, and it feels safer, it feels more modest. But here is the twist nobody warns you about. Trying to hide something often makes people notice it even more, and when everything is fastened all the way up, your upper body can start to look compressed, your neck appears shorter, and your face can even seem heavier than it really is. Picture yourself getting ready for a family dinner. You put on a crisp white shirt and button it all the way to the top out of pure habit. The outfit feels neat, but also strangely stiff. Now imagine unfastening just 1 or 2 buttons, adding a delicate necklace, maybe rolling the sleeves slightly, and suddenly the entire look feels relaxed, confident, and effortlessly elegant without changing a single other thing you are wearing. That small bit of open space does not expose too much. It simply creates balance, allowing your face to finally become the focal point instead of competing with the fabric around it. The same idea works beautifully with soft V-necks, open collars, notch necklines, or a blazer worn over a simple camisole. each one creating a natural vertical line that lengthens the neck and instantly brightens the whole face. I have watched this one adjustment transform an outfit faster than almost anything else on this list, and it cost absolutely nothing. It just takes a little courage to let go of a habit you have followed for years. We believe style after 50 is not about covering every sign of who you are. It is about directing attention toward your best features, your eyes, your smile, your posture, the things that deserve to be noticed first. So the next time you are getting dressed, pause before that final button and ask yourself honestly whether your outfit needs more coverage or simply a little more openness. And once your neckline is finally working with you instead of against you, there is a completely different kind of mistake waiting next, one that has nothing to do with fit or fabric and everything to do with a name splashed right across your chest. Number 5 on our list is one that feels harmless at first glance. Large branded logos and loud graphic lettering splashed across sweatshirts, tops, and bags, but it quietly works against the elegant image you are trying to build. Big logos might feel familiar, maybe even sentimental if they came from a trip or a brand you genuinely love. But the moment a name takes over the center of your chest, it becomes the entire focus of your outfit. Not your face, not your posture, not your jewelry, just the wording. After 50, elegance almost always works better when you are the focal point, not the label stitched across your clothing. And that shift in attention makes a bigger difference than most women expect. This does not mean giving up sweatshirts or comfortable knits altogether. It simply means choosing quieter versions, a plain crew neck in a beautiful rich color, a refined half zip, a soft pullover with real texture, pieces that still feel easy but never shout for attention. I have noticed that the quietest pieces in a wardrobe are almost always the ones that read as more expensive, because they let the fabric, the color, and you speak first instead of a logo doing the talking for you. We believe that after 50, your presence should be the statement, not the branding you happen to be wearing that day. The next time you reach for a top, ask yourself honestly whether it is highlighting you or simply advertising something else entirely. And once the logos are gone and the focus is finally back on you, there is a bigger mistake waiting, one that has nothing to do with a single item and everything to do with the entire shape you have been hiding inside of for years. Number 6 is one of the most common style habits out there, reaching for shapeless, oversized layers, and it is rooted in a belief so many women were taught that loose clothing is more flattering because it hides the parts we no longer love. It sounds logical, but in reality, the opposite almost always happens. When a cardigan hangs several inches past your shoulders, or a sweater drapes like a blanket, your body loses all definition, and instead of looking comfortable, the whole outfit starts to look heavy, tired, and dated. People stop seeing a confident woman standing in front of them, they simply see a lot of fabric, and that is never the impression you are going for. Picture 2 women wearing the exact same knit sweater. One chooses a size that gently follows her shape, with the shoulder seams sitting exactly where they belong. The other sizes up 2 sizes larger because it feels safer, and even though both women are equally beautiful, the first one instantly reads as more polished, taller, and more confident. Good style has never been about size. It is entirely about proportion, and that is something you get to control every single time you get dressed. Instead of oversized cardigans that swallow your frame, look for pieces with gentle structure, blazers that skim the shoulders, sweaters that lightly follow your silhouette, or even a simple front tuck to instantly restore your waistline. I want you to remember this. Tailored never means tight. It simply means your clothes are finally working with you instead of hiding you. We believe the goal was never to disappear. It was always to be seen exactly as the confident woman you already are. But even with the perfect fit, there is one more detail that can quietly undo everything, and it has nothing to do with shape at all. It is hiding in your color choices. Number 7 catches almost every woman off guard because it looks so elegant on the surface, wearing beige, ivory, taupe, and soft khaki from head to toe. One continuous wash of neutral, that feels timeless and put together. The problem was never those colors themselves. The problem begins when every single piece blends into the next, until nothing is left to draw the eye toward your face. As we get older, our natural coloring often softens, hair turns silver, brows lighten, skin loses a bit of its contrast, and when your clothing is just as soft from shoulders to shoes, your face can lose definition and start to look more tired than you actually feel. Picture yourself meeting friends for lunch: a beige sweater, beige trousers, nude shoes, a cream handbag, every piece beautiful on its own. Yet when you catch your reflection in a window, something feels strangely flat. Now make one small adjustment. Swap in a navy layer, add a deep emerald scarf, choose richer frames or a lipstick with a little more depth, and suddenly your eyes brighten, your skin looks healthier, and the entire outfit feels intentional instead of washed out. You do not need loud color from head to toe to make an impact. The most elegant women rarely do. They simply understand exactly where contrast matters most, right around the face. We believe color should never be used to attract attention for its own sake. It should be used strategically to bring your features back to life. The next time you reach for an all-neutral outfit, ask yourself one honest question: what is drawing the eye toward my face? And if the answer is nothing, that is your sign to add one thoughtful piece. And once your color palette is finally working for you, there is one more habit waiting, something so small most women never even think to question it, and it is happening at your waistline. Number 8 has nothing to do with what you are wearing, and everything to do with how you are wearing it, and it is a habit so many of us picked up years ago without ever questioning it again, leaving every top, sweater, or blouse hanging completely untucked. For years, women were told this would hide the tummy and feel more comfortable, and it became such an automatic habit that it simply stopped being a choice. But here is what nobody explains. Leaving everything loose does not disguise your midsection. It actually erases your waist entirely. Your legs start to appear shorter, your torso looks longer and boxier, and your whole silhouette loses the balance that naturally makes an outfit feel polished. Picture yourself getting dressed for lunch with old friends. You put on a soft knit top over straight-leg trousers. Left completely untucked, it feels comfortable but also a little unfinished, the fabric falling straight over your hips and widening your shape more than you realize. Now try a simple front tuck. Just the front few inches tucked into your waistband, while the sides and back drape naturally, and suddenly your waist reappears, your legs look longer, and the entire outfit gains structure without losing an ounce of comfort, and it takes less than 10 seconds to do. We believe creating shape is never about showing more of your body. It is simply about helping people see exactly where your body already is. The next time you are getting dressed, try both ways in front of the mirror, untucked first, then a front tuck, and step back to compare. I promise the difference will surprise you every single time. And once your proportions are finally working in your favor, there is one final detail left, something that frames your face every single day, and if it has not changed in years, it may be adding more age than anything else in your entire closet. Number 9 might be the sneakiest one on this entire list, because prints create an impression before anyone even registers the cut of your blazer or the quality of your fabric, and so many women stay loyal to the same muted florals and busy botanical patterns they have worn for decades without ever questioning them. There is nothing wrong with florals or classic patterns themselves. The real problem is that many older designs are filled with dusty browns, tiny scattered flowers, and overly complicated details that instantly read as dated the moment someone looks at them. Here is the part nobody says out loud. People rarely think that is an old print. They simply think she looks older, and your brain makes that connection instantly, even if you could never explain why. Picture two women at the same Sunday brunch, one in a blouse covered in tiny brown floral clusters under a loose cardigan, the other in a crisp navy and white stripe, or a clean black and ivory geometric, tucked neatly into tailored trousers. Both outfits are modest, both are appropriate, yet one feels current, and the other quietly recalls a different decade entirely. The difference was never age, it is visual freshness, and that is something completely within your control. If you love florals, do not give them up. Simply choose larger, cleaner designs with brighter backgrounds and more breathing room, or lean into stripes, soft geometrics, and elegant color blocking instead. We believe a stylish woman over 50 does not avoid prints. She simply chooses ones that complement today rather than yesterday. Ask yourself honestly, would this print still look modern 5 years from now? And if the answer is yes, you already know what to do. Now that your prints are finally working for you, there is one true final detail left, the one that frames your face every single day, and it might be adding more age than anything else in your entire closet. We have finally arrived at number 10, and if there is one detail that frames your face every single day, more than any blouse or blazer ever could, it is your hairstyle, and it might be quietly aging you more than anything else in your entire closet. You can wear the most beautiful outfit imaginable, but if your hairstyle has been frozen in place for 15 or 20 years, people will notice it before they notice anything else you put on. Hair naturally becomes finer, loses volume, and changes in texture as we age, yet so many women keep the exact same cut simply because it feels familiar, without realizing that a style that looked wonderful decades ago may now be quietly working against them. A warm, sophisticated female voice with a rich tone, ideal for premium narration, lifestyle content, and trustworthy brand storytelling. Now imagine that exact same outfit paired with a fresh shoulder-length cut, a softly layered bob, or simply a little more volume around the crown, and suddenly your eyes stand out, your cheekbones lift, and the whole look finally feels complete. Updating your hair does not require a dramatic transformation. Sometimes removing a few inches or adding soft movement near the face is enough to make everything feel lighter and more current. We believe elegance was never about chasing youth. It is about letting your style evolve alongside the woman you have become, and your hair deserves that same evolution. I want you to ask yourself honestly, right now, does my hairstyle still reflect who I am today, or only who I used to be? Because that one question alone can lead to the biggest transformation on this entire list. If today's video helped you see your own closet a little differently, this is exactly the kind of channel built for women like you, women who come here to stay polished, confident, and completely at home in their own style. So hit subscribe right now so you never miss the next one.